when I was the host.
Yeah.
uh,
For
or
some
Dr. Kid.
reason, yeah,
Fine.
well, for some reason, like the desktop audio is all coming through, but for whatever reason, it didn't pick up.
So I can hear us, but the overlay hasn't changed.
Oh yeah, I got
Oh my
distracted with the
God.
audio. I got distracted with the audio not working.
There we go.
Is the audio working now?
Yeah, it works for the voices just fine.
And the overlay is good now.
Yes.
The overlay is good,
Okay.
but it wasn't working for the music.
And no one saw us dancing to the music that wasn't playing, so
Okay,
it's
that's
fine.
good.
It's
We
fine.
weren't awkwardly
Hello,
quiet.
everyone. This is Nerdentity Crisis. This is episode 10 of Nerds in Space, a Death in Space podcast. Coming back to you pre-combat or mid-combat, I guess. The shots were fired, so I guess that's the start of combat.
Mhm.
Yeah, I don't know if we actually entered like an initiative
No,
yet,
we
did
didn't.
Not
we?
really.
Yeah, I
No.
believe so.
Quick announcements before we get started. We are going to be skipping next week. We skipped last week. We didn't tell you, but we did.
Well,
But
and the week before, the audio was foobarred, so we didn't upload.
God, we haven't been on forever.
Yeah.
yeah, we're pretty much the worst at this.
We
I
can.
mean,
We've only
can-
been doing it for, by the way, literally we passed our 2-year mark. We've only been doing it for 2 years, 2 full years. So
Fine.
and
we'll get
out
it
of the
figured
2
out.
years, we have 6 complete episodes.
Yeah.
With the audio working. uh, So thanks for joining us. But really quick, what happened last time? If you did not listen to that episode, go back and do it because it's an RPG. You can't just skip episodes like that. That's bullshit. Go back. But so y'all found the secret passage in Hina's office that led through a tunnel system into a hangar bay that had a shuttle in it. And obviously, Hina being kidnapped by the Thorn, we're attempting to probably escape. That's the only thing I can imagine. Trying to leave the hangar bay. And you attempted successfully to break out the window, fired through the window, hitting the Thorn. And you did manage to open the door to the shuttle. Last I remember, just the status of where all of you are. Hayes is kind of below the ship so that he doesn't get shot in the face. Mufasa, you are standing on the side of the ship. You had just opened the door to the shuttle.
I'm
And Tick,
I'm underneath the ramp, aren't I?
yeah,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
like, you had been connected to the ship to open the door.
Yeah. Okay.
And Tick, you were taking cover behind Kennedy.
The dead body.
No, he's
Or
still
not dead
alive.
yet.
Unconscious.
Yeah, he's fine.
Broken legs.
Minus the limbs. But besides that, the if only one of you had like a
Perfectly
healing
good
item.
sandbag.
Yes, it makes a really good prop. So you have the best aim right now. Anything before we start?
Nope.
Let's all die together.
When I was looking through the window, well, I didn't ask this, so I'm ducked now. Well, if I remember next time. We don't know if Hina's like handcuffed or anything, do we?
Nope. You did see Hina in the cockpit area.
Unconscious, right?
Correct.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Forgot that part. Okay.
you were a little preoccupied. You did not check the wrists or anything. Okay. So you had just jumped down under the ship so that you didn't get shot at. And the hatch door opens there on the shuttle. There's kind of a momentary silence when you hear kind of two plasma rifle bursts go out, kind of exploding the windshield. Don't have a better description for it. Out of the ship, kind of raining down. Not like when you break a windshield and it explodes into those little non-sharp pebbles. That kind of like rains down and clatters across the hangar bay door. Interestingly, you don't actually hear Hina. Or sorry, you don't hear the Thorn climbing out of it or anything. She just fired out of the window.
So right above
Uh,
me.
Yeah, right above you. So because you're like kind of under the nose of the ship to some degree, you did not have glass rain on you, but it is kind of surrounding
It
you.
looked like I was in a waterfall.
Yes, you're like
Dope.
in the waterfall in the secret passage that is
Yeah.
there because video games. And it kind of rained down around you.
Awesome.
Tick, go ahead and roll me a stabby check.
Ooh, that's probably not good, but okay.
Uh,
18.
18. Okay, so you're kind of the only one with direct view into the shuttle. You are kind of far away, and it is dark in here, but the inside of the shuttle is lit, so you kind of can see in here. What you can see is that the Thorn kind of throws out an arm, and you see kind of a metal canister coming out of the broken windshield towards the ground below. So,
Not so cool anymore.
uh, uh, so, Hayes, you kind of hear a clanging as you see what looks to be a plasma grenade bouncing a couple of feet to your right.
Say, I'm gonna
Do I,
yell out grenade like when I see it coming out, like hit the ground like that.
Yeah.
do I have any idea what a plasma grenade does to a person?
You know that it's not good.
Yeah, it's not a good thing.
Yeah.
It's similar to a regular grenade, in that it sends large chunks of shrapnel, but also
That's
plasma
fun.
burns.
Yeah.
So
Okay. Well, since I've been sitting here under, I'm hoping I got an idea of what was around. If I hear a grenade, is there a crate that I would naturally want to run behind or something?
there's not any crates directly in the vicinity of the ship itself. Those kind of line the sides of the hangar, which are pretty far away. So the only thing that really is a good barrier between you and the grenade is there's some landing struts, but those are pretty thin. You'd have to get pretty lucky to not get hit with shrapnel there. There is the ramp of the ship that is now currently open, and there is Mufasa. You could take cover behind Mufasa technically. He also counts as a barrier.
I'm while I hear Tick scream grenade,
Yes.
I'm going to attempt to sprint up the ramp into the ship.
Okay.
Yeah,
Uh,
well, I'll let you finish your plan here.
Well, you probably need to do something too.
Yeah, but in case you need to roll or do anything.
this is happening
Yeah,
simultaneously,
so
Yeah.
what are you doing?
so like we can finish your thought and then go back to Hayes and the grenade, if you want.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna attempt to go sprint up the ramp so as to not get hit by shrapnel into the ship.
Okay, and so you're just gonna like run up there. You're not gonna like dive or anything.
Dive into the ship, sure.
Okay.
With gun out.
I don't have one. I gave it to you.
Oh yeah.
So go ahead and just since dexterity is your reflexes, you run up the steps perfectly fine. You have those skills, but we'll see how well you dive roll.
So we should
7.
wait to figure out what happens with the rolls till you hear what all three of us do simultaneously.
Okay. Well,
I am
Adam's
not
pretty
watching.
safe.
I'm not watching the channel, so you're more than welcome to roll. I just won't be able to see it until.
Perfect. Well, while I notice Mufasa, is it possible for me to jump back on the hood of this shuttle, or is it
On
too
the
high?
hood?
Absolutely, you can climb back up. It's pretty high, so you're gonna have to like pull yourself up. But you got up there initially, right? So,
Okay, so I am going to attempt to climb up, and depending on how much time I have, try to shoot the Thorn, and
Oh my
if she's
god.
looking towards
That's not a
Mufasa.
bad idea. I was thinking about popping the shot off too.
um, so we'll do the climbing first.
Deal.
Because if you don't succeed the climbing, you definitely don't succeed the shooting in. Uh, so you kind of like grapple the side of the ship. Before you kind of had an easy climb because you weren't trying to escape a grenade, and so now you're more shambling, and because of all of like the loose glass and things, it's a more treacherous climb. So go ahead and roll a body check to see if you can pull yourself.
Oh shit! I rolled a dex. Um,
You could keep the roll, just change the stat.
um.
He's like, I'm gonna
You're
re-roll.
like,
Well, no, I mean
you
if
can
I do
re-roll
that,
it. I don't give a shit.
yeah,
Whatever.
yeah, I'm gonna
Re-roll
re-roll
it.
because if I do that, then it was a
Don't
12.
pass.
15.
That's better.
Nice.
So while you're climbing, Tick, what do you want to do?
Well, I was aiming up towards, but when I see this guy like climb up into the cockpit, I'm gonna maybe change my plan here a little bit. Because the grenade jumped off, I'm just gonna like go down like as like on the
Behind your
ground
meat
behind
shield.
Kennedy. Yeah,
Get like super pro.
just like lay my head down and lay right behind him.
Push
Yeah.
him up a little bit so he's
Probably, yeah, as much as I
You
can
just like
behind
roll
him.
roll
Yeah,
him towards it.
yeah.
Nice, nice.
fucking poor Kennedy.
I'm not gonna make you roll a check for that because he is not able to stop you
Yeah.
currently. Nothing he can really do about it. Okay, so what was the result of that dive roll,
7.
Mufasa? 7. Okay, so you kind of run up the stairs and do a dive roll. The problem is that the hallway goes left and right, and you kind of roll, kind of crashing into the wall on the other side of the door. The
Fair
good
enough.
news is that you you're inside the ship. You have protected yourself from the grenade. No issues
Okay.
there. The downside is you've taken 1 durability loss on an item of your choice. I don't really care.
I only have one item, and that's my
Well, then that
operator
one.
knife.
That
Okay.
makes it easy. But you are back on your feet, ready to go. To your left is where the cockpit is, at least in that direction. There is a door there that's not closed all the way, but it is closed.
Okay.
Like just slightly ajar. And then to the right, you see kind of a hallway that you assume heads to like storage area. This is a shuttlecraft, so it's not particularly huge. It's not like there's going to be living quarters on here or anything.
Okay.
Well, it's not going anywhere anytime soon. Grenade's about to blow up under it.
Yeah. So Hayes, you are able to climb on the front of this ship. You do kind of scratch yourself on some glass and whatever, but because it's that pebble glass, it doesn't do any damage or anything. It's just uncomfortable.
I got no skin showing either, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
right.
you got all your robes. They got minor snags and whatever, but you're good. So you do successfully pull yourself up the ship. Do you still want to fire inside?
assuming that I can see the thorn, then that would be my next action. However, I do want to point out, I think there was 5 bullets in my gun when Mufasa gave it to me. Is that correct?
That sounds right.
I don't remember. I remember you emptied the clip. You emptied it. I think there were 3, and you emptied it all in. Didn't you?
Yeah, I
I don't
remember he
know.
shot 3 for sure. But yeah.
Yeah.
We'll say there's 2 in there.
All right, there's 2 in.
All right. I do have more ammo, but I haven't reloaded.
Yeah.
So
So
yes,
you
I'm
kind
gonna
of
try to.
you climb up and you kind of wield the pistol, spinning into the window. And you see an unfortunate state, which is you see Hina standing there with the thorn behind her, kind of
Oh.
holding a pistol to her head. You could attempt to fire upon the thorn, but there's a chance that you will shoot Hina. She's kind of using her as a human shield currently.
So she's further back in the cockpit area, almost halfway between Mufasa and Hayes at this point.
Correct. Yeah. The door to the cockpit is kind of like maybe 2 or 3 feet behind her.
Okay. Well, in my last moments,
Before the grenade goes off.
yeah, actually, I was gonna say I don't know if I would have enough time for this, but I would just jump into one of the seats.
Oh my god.
Go ahead and roll me a
Oh
dexterity.
my god.
As a heads
Nice.
up, the
Okay.
grenade does explode while you're jumping.
Yeah, and that is okay, but I feel like standing on the hood of this
Yeah.
shuttle is just gonna fling me somewhere.
It just like catapults you. Uh,
Dex
yeah, dex.
12.
12. Okay. So you manage to kind of dive in. You aim for a chair, but the blast kind of throws you off course. You're hit with kind of a wave of heat before any shrapnel. So it kind of throws you asunder. You are in the cockpit and you kind of roll with it, but you don't really take any damage.
But I'm not in a
Now,
seat.
you're not in a seat. You're kind of on the floor. Now, what also happens is, Tick, you kind of feel a blast of heat, and then you feel just a blast of like particulate that kind of surrounds you. There's kind of like metal debris that's fired at like the speed of sound around you. You hear what sounds to be almost like a meat tenderizer
Kennedy.
as Kennedy just gets obliterated by this thing. He wasn't dead before. He certainly is now. Kennedy has at least been helpful in his death. You are
After Hayes pushed him down the stairs.
yes. You successfully murdered Kennedy, and but
I mean, it
you
was
are
a
unharmed.
group project.
Say we all get 1 XP for that, right? No, we
Right.
all killed a
Well,
I don't know.
a
Hayes is the one that
memorable
pushed him.
person. No,
I
jump
feel like
over
I
that
don't.
game mousetrap.
Right.
You've kind of made
Poor
this
Kennedy.
contraption that is the death of Kennedy. So
Mm.
the good news is he is no longer bothered by his broken leg.
Yeah, that's good.
In the
Paid
But
notes,
for
I just put as the grenade goes off, Kennedy is melted.
yeah. Um. Yeah. So um. Yep. So you are protected from it. You kind of look around you, and there's kind of shrapnel sticking out of all of the metal grating and stairs behind you. Um. You
Jesus.
kind of look at Kennedy,
Yikes.
and you see that there's the plasma grenade had been filled with uh like old nails and
Oh
parts
god.
from
It's a
like
flechette
yep.
round. Jesus Christ.
And you just see that he is uh partially full of metal pieces and partially just full of gaping wounds that you assume has metal impaled somewhere into him. But it didn't hit him hard enough to shoot out the backside, so you're good.
This is not what I was expecting when I heard
Dude, the
plasma grenade.
PTSD is forming. Holy shit.
We're gonna need therapy.
Wow.
I mean, y'all murdered people like
Right.
It's fine.
4 hours
It's fine.
ago,
Right.
It's
so
fine.
um, so yeah. Uh, what would y'all like to do?
So
I would
question,
just
real quick before. So that went off. What happened? Did the ship bounce? Did Mufasa or Thorn, Hina get rumbled?
Yeah. So definitely, you felt the ship like shudder as it kind of took this blast. You also felt as like all of the shrapnel like embedded itself into the metal hull. It was kind of reinforced since it is like a short shuttle just for going like from A to B really quickly. You could tell by the shitty windshield that it wasn't really intended to take like meteorites or anything of like substantial size. But the metal hull does stay intact even with the explosion. Uh, it's making a creaking noise, and it seems to be you can hear liquids pouring out beneath it. But none of you are beneath the ship currently to see what that damage looks like.
Septic tank got punctured. Great, guys.
Is
Uh,
the Thorn
you're
still
gonna
holding Hina and all?
so yes, but to a degree. When the shudder of the blast happened, she was kind of knocked backwards, and so she's still holding Hina, but she's like mid. She's not falling, but she's like trying to catch herself.
um I
And what
guess
happened to Mufasa?
Mufasa, you were the safest out of everyone, just because you were in the very middle of the ship. So you were kind of knocked loose, but you're still on your feet. You're good. The ship took most of the brunt of that force. So
okay. I'm gonna just see. You said the door's part way open, like open a little bit.
yeah, it's now opened slightly more because of the jostling, but it's like 40% open.
Am I hidden at all from the door, or can?
Not at all. You're standing like 3 feet away from the door.
No, but I mean,
Uh,
am I hidden from like? Can Thorn see me? Like, you know what I mean?
so there is a window on it, and then of course the 40% openness she could look through, but she is currently facing out the cockpit window.
Okay.
And
So
falling
she's facing
backwards?
away from you. Yeah, like stumbling.
Still holding the
So can
pistol. All
Hayes and
that stuff.
Mufasa see each other then through the window and stuff, or they don't see each other yet?
No, Hayes is like kind of to the side,
Mm,
because he got knocked not into the pilot seat, but like aside to
the
the metal
co-pilot
floor.
seat.
The floor. There wasn't really the like two other chairs are like farther back into the corners of the cockpit.
Okay. I guess I'm gonna call Mr. Mittens off my shoulder, and I'm gonna have Mr. Mittens try to sneak into the room and just like hide under a chair or something and remain hidden for the time being.
Mr. Mitten says no issues getting through the door.
Okay.
It's open more than enough.
And then I'm gonna kind of duck down, so if Hina were to turn around, maybe she wouldn't be able to see me.
Or
I
Thorn.
Or not Hina,
want.
Thorn.
I'm going to use a void point for this.
Yep.
But I want to rush the Thorn and try to like push the gun away, like so it's not facing Hina, and just push them both as much or as far as I can.
Void point.
So,
Void point.
yes, on the void point, I'm going to say that this is a risky action.
That's fair.
Trying to find that one
It's
again.
like, I think it's
Do
like
I-
disadvantage essentially, sort of thing.
So you roll a standard attack. If successful, the attack deals an extra damage of damage die. If it fails, the targeted opponent gets an immediate counter attack against the attacker.
Which then would be an initiative. Okay.
So
Okay.
Roll well.
if you succeed,
With a
great.
void point, let's go.
Is this body?
Yeah.
First roll, big money, big money.
I
Hey!
need to look up
19.
what.
Ooh.
Doesn't even need the
I,
second roll. Let's go.
I was gonna say I'm gonna have to look up Thorn's defense, but I'm pretty sure it's not 19. Yeah, definitely not 19. So you do succeed. So you're gonna do an extra damage of die. Because you are doing like a melee action. Then we'll go. What is that? 2d4.
4.
4. Okay.
Not bad for
So
just getting
Mm-hmm.
smashed into a wall.
yeah. So I should note that you're a little discombobulated from the explosion.
You'll
My,
have tonight.
my
Tinnitus. Yeah.
the Archer reference, but you kind of um center yourself, decide to make this rush, and you kind of go in there and hit mostly the Thorn, a little bit Hina. They're kind of all one jumbled shape
I mean, I
currently.
basically imagined moving the gun out of the way and then literally just
Just
arming into Hina to
Both,
push
yeah.
the Thorn
It's like
back.
track sprinting, just like leaping, because you're only like a foot or so away from them.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah. It was more like a
smashing
lunge
them in the wall. Yeah.
than like a rush. And so you kind of knock them both asunder. Now, when they get knocked down, they do break apart. As the Thorn kind of, who was already backpedaling, trying to not fall, is knocked away from Hina and kind of hits the door behind her. So she's kind of slumped, not exactly fallen, but not exactly standing either. She's kind of just like up against the wall. But you can kind of see that she is knocked her plasma rifle onto the floor, but she still has the smaller handgun that she was using to threaten.
And that starts combat.
Correct. So that was Hayes' turn to kind of
Okay.
and I don't exactly know how it works that he gets to pick who is an initiative, but he can't see anyone else, but I'm gonna just assume he can pick y'all.
Okay.
We're just gonna make that executive decision now. Cause
Well, I can see Mr. Mittens, and I pick him.
All right. Mr. Mittens is going to attempt to basically lunge out from underneath the chair he was hiding under and go for Hina's hand/wrist that is holding the pistol and just try and maul it.
Thorn or Hina?
Sorry, Thorn. I keep saying
Okay.
Hina.
Yeah, I was like,
Sorry.
what?
I assumed you did not want
Okay.
to attack Hina, but
It would have been really
Just-
funny though if that's what you did since he said it.
yeah.
Just wanted to clarify.
Yeah.
8.
Okay, so Mr. Mittens had like snuck in, but you had said to like go and hide. And then so Mr. Mittens wasn't exactly prepared for the bum rush that was his. So tried to capitalize on the situation and change motives, but just didn't have the time or the reaction speed to really get it. So kind of lunges out but misses entirely.
Okay. I guess I'll go next. Did you say they flew up against the door?
The Thorn did kind of, bounce against the door. She's leaning on it currently.
Okay. Okay,
Is it a
I'm
sliding
going,
door? Or
Yeah, like sliding
and it's like 50% open.
spaceship door.
Yeah.
I don't Star Trek door. It goes left,
uh,
left, and right. Uh, and yeah, it's like 40-50%. It's like
Okay.
mostly closed, I guess.
I'm
Be
gonna.
pessimistic. It's mostly open.
I
Yeah.
guess if her back is to me, I guess I'll go next. Mufasa will go next. If her back is to me, all I have is my oscillator knife. I'm just gonna kind of reach it through the door and try and like stab back into her shoulder.
Okay.
damn.
So
That
like kind of
shoulder is just like.
try to get her through the doorway.
Yeah, I don't have like a good angle. I'm guessing.
I wonder if she was
Uh,
visible to just stab her in the back.
She's
In
up
the
against the
spine,
door.
Yeah, but
when
yeah.
in the kidney, maybe.
hold on 1 second.
Oh, oh shit! Is that a body? What is that?
So if yeah, it'd be a body, but attacks against partially covered persons have disadvantage. A person in full cover cannot be attacked. So she's kind of behind the door, right? And you're kind of reaching in to like get her.
Yeah,
So you have disadvantage because she's
I think
essentially,
I think I failed either way. I rolled an 8.
yeah, okay. So you kind of like reach in the door and kind of move around trying to get her, but you never make any like actual contact with flesh. Um,
Okay, I guess. Well, not that he's gonna be any help to us because he's too far away. But I guess we'll go to Tick next.
At least you didn't pick
okay.
Kennedy.
So I guess I saw. Like I didn't see shit because I was
No.
looking like
No,
down
you
after the
felt it, but
explosion. Like the explosion just happened. Like was looking at Kennedy. I'm like, holy shit, some PTSD is forming. I'm gonna have to check his like back pocket to see if there's like any hollows or something in his, in his butt or something. Because
Didn't we already loot
that'd
him?
be the only thing that'd be left, right? Like his like wallet in his back.
yeah. So you find 10 hollows.
We're
Nice.
fighting for
Uh,
our lives, and he's looting.
I mean,
and
that's
You're gonna love me later when we need fucking hollows, bitch.
Now when we're both
I
dead.
and I want you to roll me a 1d20.
Okay. With any nothing,
Yep.
just that's it. Okay. Nat 20, bitch.
Okay.
Hopefully that's a good thing. I
yeah. Tick,
guess.
Tick. You already got 7 hollows and a fried USB from him the first time you searched him.
Well,
Yeah, I
apparently that
apparently
nat
missed
20,
I missed a spot.
that nat 20 netted him 10 more.
So you find kind of folded, like not exactly in his back pocket, but like tucked into his jeans. You had not really, groped him too much before, but now that he's a pincushion, then it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
You find a thermal micrometeoroid blanket.
Yay.
What?
So
He found a blanket.
we could decide what that is eventually. But yeah, you find like a thermal blanket.
It was sounding really cool until you ended with blanket.
Yep.
It's like I don't even know how to spell what he's typing or saying.
Micrometeoroid. Meteoroid. Kind of hard to say. But yeah. You successfully loot that.
So he took his turn to loot.
I was looking at the situation, seeing what was going on, but like Rat's going to be the one that's really going to help out, so don't worry.
Okay. So Rat's turn.
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna die.
Someone's already died here, Brian. I mean,
And
come on.
inconsequential.
Rip Kennedy.
Um. Okay. So Rat's turn.
Yeah, I'm going to send him into that shuttle because I hear some commotion going on in there.
Okay. So Rat is with you, right?
Yeah.
Initially.
He would
So
have probably been like on my chest, so I would have been laying on him. I
yeah,
would have probably died before he did. So
yeah, you would have been the second wall. Kennedy
yeah,
first, then you.
exactly. Yeah.
Uh, and so Rat's gonna need a turn to get to the ship. But uh, as are like as Rat's kind of heading that direction, and you're kind of watching Rat, run towards the ship. Uh, you kind of see that liquid is collecting underneath the ship, of waste material or oil or something
Fuel.
that's kind of leaking from the ship from the m- multiple plethoras of shrapnel
Hmm.
holes. Um, and you also hear what sounds to be like a large groaning noise as the front strut, landing strut, collapses, and the front of the ship falls into kind of the floor. Um, so those of you
Oh,
on,
so 40. Yeah.
yeah, and the back struts are fine, but the front
Hmm.
strut fails, kind of throwing everything forward. So go ahead and roll me dex saves, or dex rolls, to see if you are knocked down.
I got a nat 1.
You
Ooh.
you did not enjoy that.
13.
13. Okay, so luckily for Mufasa, the door's right there.
The door had held me. Yep.
Yeah, so you had already kind of reached in to the door, so you had your arm against the door, kind of leaning into it. So when the ship front of the ship fell, you kind of just like you
I,
don't have much space to go, right?
I bonked my nose a little bit on the
It
window.
didn't feel great, but like it kind of knocked the wind out of you. That was
Okay.
about it. Um,
Whereas Hayes broke his
now
back.
now
Hayes fell out of the ship.
so Hayes, who had just bum rushed somebody, you're kind of like light on your feet. You are kind of thrown backwards, and you do fall, taking 2 points of damage. You do like a backwards somersault, kind of hitting the console of the ship. Um, you feel like a weight hit you as Hina kind of collapses into you. So she is now kind of like on top of you. The Thorn. Let me check to see if she. The Thorn does not succeed that check, by this much,
Whew.
and she's knocked prone, kind of in front of you. She doesn't land on you, but she's kind of sprawled on the floor.
What about
Um,
Mr. Mittens?
Mr. Men's gonna have to roll for it.
Oh
Is
shit.
Hina
Fucking cat.
was Hina on Hayes?
Hina's currently on Hayes. Yeah.
Awesome.
Just keep
Then
in mind,
digits.
cats always land on their feet. 14.
14 landed right on the feet. It's got some like gyroscopes and shit. It was fine. It barely noticed the ship fell. So all good. Um, but Rat is going to make it to the ship this turn, but isn't going to be able to climb up and get in there and do any
Does-
That's
damage.
fine. I assume it kind of like get to like the ramp, and
Exactly.
like that's about where it's at.
So
Okay.
in that
It does
turn,
not get smashed either, by the way. It doesn't get smashed by the ship.
Thanks.
So
What's it?
and
Thorn
that
and Hina's turn
yeah,
still?
Thorn and Hina get a turn or no?
yes, so you're gonna have to pick.
Oh yeah, Adam, you gotta pick Thorn or Hina.
Oh, I guess I didn't. I assumed that like the craziness that was their turn, like dealing with that.
They get
No.
turns.
Well, then Hina. Then
Hina? Okay, so Hina is conscious again. So that's a plus. But she was kind of knocked down in the scuffle. She attempts to kind of get her bearing and stand up, but she kind of slips and is now on the floor. She is no longer on top of you though. So that's a plus. And then Thorn.
who was
So
prone, right?
it was prone. Yeah. So she kind of recognizes pretty quickly that in between you and Hina and her is the laser rifle on the floor, right? Because that was jostled with everything else so it kind of slid towards you. But she's prone, so she kind of just like starts crawling towards it, like dragging her way across. She's obviously injured from being shot multiple times and being thrown, and uh, so she's not feeling so hot at the moment.
Okay. So who's next?
You were like Terminator. She just like
Uh,
a thing slides down and like crushes her.
you just see one metal arm coming out of a vat of molten metal.
Yeah, like what?
Oh, I get a void point, by the way, for my nat 1.
Oh,
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
there you go.
Okay, so we'll go ahead and just start the initiative again. So she's gonna pick Hayes.
Is she closer to the plasma rifle or am I?
You're currently close to the plasma rifle.
Wait. Can I use a void point for this? But my goal is to reach for the plasma rifle with my left hand, while with my right. Is Hina in front of us or in between us, or do I see the
Hina's
thorn?
like to the floor adjacent to you. Yeah, you see the thorn totally.
I'm gonna fire my last 2 shots while I'm pushing myself forward to go for this gun.
Can you fire 2 at once in
No,
a
you can
turn?
only fire once, but
Oh, one bullet around.
yeah.
While going for the plasma rifle at the same time, John Wick? Jesus fucking Christ.
Well, I mean, the
Uh,
bullet at the very least could just scare her off. But yeah,
okay, so go ahead and yeah, you said you're gonna use a void point for that.
yes.
What does he even roll for that?
I mean, he's gonna just roll like a normal dex for firing.
Is Dex fire?
I think so.
Yeah, Dex. No, Tech is ranged.
Is it tech?
Mhm.
Yeah, because I remember I had that pistol and my Tech is -3, and I was like, fuck.
I had loot tables open to figure out what Adam looted, so I didn't have it up.
Yeah, ranged attack is tech. Okay, so that's not great. Well,
Oh,
first
let's
roll is
go.
18.
Nice.
Okay.
Not 20.
So you miraculously are able to hit with that shot. Go ahead and roll for damage.
Right in between the eyes. Wait, what?
Because she's already been hit before.
2.
2. Okay, so you smoke her like right in the gut.
How? Isn't she crawling?
Just prone.
That's a good point. I
She
forgot
off to
she
the
was prone.
side, and he kind of
Shoulder,
like
And I was
pushes her
like-
to the
shoulder
side,
maybe.
And
kind of
I'm
like
Yeah, yeah. We'll say
sitting-
shoulder.
I'm sitting against the wall, right? So like I just figured we're almost eye level, and I just push forward while just basically shooting.
I
There's a
forgot
lot to
she
hit
was-
right there.
I forgot she was prone.
right in the kidney.
Yeah. So no, you hit her like in the top of the shoulder, like through the body.
Ooh, that would hurt.
That arm just like immediately goes limp. You can tell that whatever you've done damage-wise has lifelong implications to whether she'll be able to use that arm again in the future. That is the arm that she was reaching for the plasma rifle or laser rifle with. So one mission accomplished.
That's the suck.
You kind of reach out and try to get to the rifle kind of at the same time. I'm gonna make you roll a dex for that.
How many times can you use void points?
I
Many as
mean,
Many as you have, but you only
As
get
many as you
one
have.
against, or like 1 XP per session,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
yep, that's right.
But yeah, as many as you want per session.
All right, I'm gonna use another, and that means I'm down to one left. 16.
15. Okay, you successfully grab the rifle with your offhand.
Hell yeah.
Remember, any failed rolls is a void point.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Who would you like to be next? You definitely cannot
Um,
fire the rifle this round. So
No. Hina. She's
Okay.
the closest.
okay, so Hina is going to stand up successfully this time. Huzzah! You do see that she's not shackled, but she's like duct taped, or zip tied or something. She's bound in some way. And she's gonna go ahead and, because she doesn't have a weapon and is bound, she's gonna start climbing out that window. Because the front of the ship is now much closer to the ground, seems like a
She
good
just
option.
slides off.
Yeah. So she's climbing through the window. We're gonna go Mr. Mittens.
All right. Mr. Mittens. Now, wait, is Hina still holding the pistol?
So not
Hina
Hina,
or
Thorn.
Thorn.
Or
Thorn,
Thorn.
Thorn.
God damn it.
Thorn has it in her other hand.
All right. Still, going for that wrist hand again, claw bite, whatever. Just trying to get her to release it.
Okay. So she crawled forward, so she's no longer within arm's reach. You'd have to go through the door.
Oh no, Mr. Mittens' turn.
Oh, Mr. Mittens.
Yeah.
I obviously am not paying attention to the words I say.
Nice.
16.
16. Okay, so bites right at the wrist. If you've ever had like you try to hold something and someone like presses on that nerve and you can't like clench your arm anymore, she kind of drops the gun and kind of rips out part of the forearm. Go ahead and roll for damage on that.
Ugh.
Yeah, seriously.
I've been bitten by my kitty, and it can hurt. Tell ya.
5.
Damn.
Damn.
Okay.
It's a chunk.
So not
I hit an
only
artery.
does
Right?
it bite and take a chunk of the forearm, there's these things called veins that exist in the arm. You see kind of blood splurt from the wound as it kind of has gotten too deep.
Mr. Mitz is definitely red after this.
Oh,
10 of
absolutely.
these sessions.
Absolutely. It's getting like rust. It's so bloody. And if the Thorn could cover the wound with her other hand, maybe there is something she could do about it. But that other arm kind of hanging loosely from the damage from the bullet that had gone
Ooh.
through it, there's nothing really she can do. she kind of realizes her own mortality and kind of clenches into a ball. You think kind of as like a defensive stance, but she kind of releases with that, disfigured, pouring blood hand, holding one last plasma grenade.
I
Oh
knew it.
shit.
She had a bandolier, so she had multiple. So I remember that part. But yeah, you kind of see it's lit up. Got some sweet LEDs. RGB. It's a gamer plasma grenade. And it is armed. So countdown has started.
Fuck. All right. Mr. Mittens is going to throw it over to me, I guess. Uh, I don't know what the best move is here.
Run him back out the door.
Well, I'm not gonna bait it, Mr. Mittens and you.
Yell for Mr. Mittens to run while you're running. This is
'Cause
all
he does.
happening pretty much simultaneously, so
I know. Uh, fuck. But yeah, I guess. All right, I'm gonna scream at Mr. Mittens as I sprint out down the
actually you
ramp.
probably didn't see any of
See,
that
that's what I'm
damage
wondering.
Oh,
from the
Does
did
he
I?
plasma.
even know that the grenade
Oh
even?
yeah, did I?
I
That's a
don't
No,
good question,
know.
because
Josh.
Do
I
you
don't
look
know.
into the room? The door's slightly. You've got one arm in the door.
Yeah.
So like, are you just gonna continue
No.
with the knife, or are you gonna look in, like open the door more, or
I'm just gonna rip the door straight open.
okay? So you rip the door open and you see everything
Blood
essentially.
everywhere.
A bunch of blood, bunch of bullet holes and debris, but you see most of all the Thorn holding that grenade. This is the first grenade that you've actually seen. So
Right. I'm gonna yell at Mr. Mittens, come here, and I'm gonna take off running out the ship.
okay. Go ahead and roll me a savvy quick.
$13.
13. Okay, so you do descend down the ramp, even though it's kind of
Wonky.
askew. Yeah, it's like walking in a fun house, a little bit. But as you kind of reach the ground off this ramp, you kind of hear a splash as you've stepped into something. You kind of smell
oh
around and
no.
you smell what seems to be fuel
Okay.
that has been leaking from this ship. Uh, you kind of turn and you see that there is a pretty sizable puddle of ship fuel just kind of pouring out of this ship, and it is now wallowing in it because of the collapsed strut.
Okay.
Um,
So am I just like at the bottom of the ramp and all that right now?
yep,
And that's my turn.
yes, sir.
All right. I'm gonna throw it over to Tick, and as I do, I'm gonna scream run.
He says run. Okay. Hmm. I mean, I guess I was pretty skeptical of the liquid, so I think I knew where he's going. So I'm gonna from prone, I guess, try and jump up and
Head up the
head
stairs.
head backwards. Yeah,
You daddle.
yeah, behind
Okay.
Kennedy, and
So you,
also yelling to Rat to fucking run.
Well,
yeah.
Rat gets a turn after you, so
Yeah, exactly. I'll set Rat next.
Unless
But
you,
yeah,
unless you want the Thorn to go next. I mean, that's
no,
an option.
that's fine.
Um, so yeah, you successfully are able to kind of run up the stairs, um, from like the hangar bay door that you came in.
Okay, and then I'll pick Rat and pretty much
Okay.
yelling to him to 180. Come back here, bud.
He does like a Looney Tunes slide,
Yeah.
and then turns around and starts
Little
heading towards
dust
you.
cloud.
Exactly.
Runs.
Yeah. The ground scrunches up behind him. No. But yeah, Rat is able to kind of turn around. Rat also didn't make it to the puddle exactly. So Rat is currently not covered in jet fuel.
Nor am I. So excellent.
Uh, who would you
So
like to go after Rat?
the only person left to go is
who
Thorn.
else is left?
Just
It's pretty-
Thorn.
Pretty much Thorn.
Okay. Yeah. Her.
Okay.
The
Wasn't
grenade.
her pulling the grenade her turn?
No, she kind of used it as like a reaction, like a death-defying reaction.
I'm taking you with me.
And she's just gonna crawl towards Hayes.
I agree with Justin's face.
Crawl
It's like, wait a
towards
second, she like
Hayes.
pull a grenade and did all this stuff like without her
Well,
having
she
an
has
action?
no working hands. It's not like she can do anything right
Yeah,
now.
because we fucked her up. How did she
Yeah.
pull a grenade without having a turn?
So her turn was to beached whale crawl towards Hayes. That's her turn.
Yep. She's just moving slightly towards you.
I don't
so
like
who's
it,
she
but I'll
pick?
move forward.
You
Who's
don't have
she
to like
pick?
it. It's happening.
know.
So we'll start the round again. Hayes is
So
up.
Hayes.
I mean, do I have any idea from where I am if when I look out, if I can see any of the fuel? Like if I jump out the front, am I going to land in fuel or is it not all the way in front of where that was yet?
You don't know that there's fuel there. Because you had jumped into the ship before the grenade, and Mufasa had just yelled "run." So you don't actually know that there's fuel out there.
Okay, well, since it is sloped, my goal is to just kind of slide, like jump onto the hood of it and slide down and then jump away.
Do
Since
like
she's
a
holding the
Dukes of
grenade.
Hazzard slide across the hood.
Yeah, but
Essentially.
Yeah.
it's more like down a slide, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm not gonna make
And
you roll
then,
for that. That. I mean, there's no windshield or anything.
but
So
the jump after to try to make it away from the exploding shuttle is important.
yes, and you also are not gonna be able to look at the explosion because then you wouldn't be a badass.
Cool guys don't look at explosions.
It's a fact.
Yeah.
And so you kind of like slide. You see that Hina has reached the ground because she was climbing out from the last turn. And kind of as you're sliding, you're realizing that there is kind of this puddle of diff. You can kind of smell the jet fuel as you kind of heading towards the ground.
Who's next?
It hasn't exploded yet, so
Yeah.
So my turn
Doesn't
ends with me on the hood.
yeah,
sliding down.
like sliding towards the ground.
Okay. And everyone is up.
Yeah, you were at the start of initiative, so
Uh, we'll go with Mufasa.
I'm gonna take a second to quickly glance around and see if I can see Hina up and moving.
you're at the side of the ship. She's climbing out the front, so you don't really have great visibility to her currently.
Then I'm just gonna say fuck it and sprint for those stairs after Tick. And then
Okay.
I'll just couple my turn with Mr. Mittens, who's running right with me.
Yep, Miss
Okay.
Mittens is keeping up.
All
Just
right.
So
kind of like latches onto you.
Hina, Tick, and Thorn left.
No, Hina's by you still. So I'll throw it to Hina next.
Okay. So she like noticing the puddle, and she's like kind of sliding down similar to Hayes's, tries to like jump off at the last minute to not jump in the puddle. And she succeeds that. and is kind of running towards Mufasa. Like she sees Mufasa running away from the ship, and just like he's probably got the
She's
right
just
idea.
like this running.
Yeah, like so
Anime run.
yeah.
Naruto run behind.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, Tick, do you want to do anything once you have reached the kind of the door to the hangar bay?
Keep fucking running, Dick.
I mean, is it a door that like you'll be able to shut, sort of thing? Like,
Yeah, it's
or
like a sliding latch door. You know,
Please don't
like
shut it.
no, I'm not going to shut it.
he just locks
But
it.
I am
We
gonna
all
like
die.
get it like maybe like a third of the way, so like people can still get in, no problem. But like if shit hits the fan, we can like shut it.
And you're like on it, like preparing
Yes,
action.
yes,
Okay.
yes.
So the first thing,
Like foot against the wall, like ready to like slam that thing shut if we need to.
right on Mufasa.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, split him in half.
Okay. And then I'm assuming, you'll have probably Rat go next.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, him hopefully running, getting
He
back
does.
to me at this point.
He does catch up to you, and so he kind of jumps on you, on your person. Lives in a little coat pocket or something. And then, last but not least, I think that leaves just the Thorn.
Yep.
Okay, so the grenade in her final breaths does explode. Now I want to see Hayes make the cool guy explosion in the background, like dive roll.
It's a Michael Bay film or something we're doing,
Right.
or
It's in slow
Absolutely.
motion.
No, I'm not. Who's the guy who made Batman, Superman?
Zack Snyder.
Yeah, I'm not Zack Snyder.
That
It's not
piece
all.
of
It's not
shit.
all in slow mo. It's all happening in real time.
Dex.
Yeah.
With a
I'm gonna
void
use my
point,
last
hopefully.
void point.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would.
that's probably a good idea, just in case.
17.
Nice.
Yep.
Okay. So as this thing explodes, you kind of like roll. Because you're hit with kind of the heat first, you're kind of propelled further, almost making like a gigantic leap. You manage to like tuck and roll and get up on your feet without touching the puddle. You like continue running as you like jump up off the ground. Uh, you kind
Love it.
of hear
Shit.
you hear shrapnel like explode inside the inside of this shuttle, kind of obliterating the inside and its controls. Those of you who have reached the door, primarily Tick currently, you see that there are some embers and things that are kind of heading towards this giant puddle of gasoline or jet fuel or whatever. As Hina and Hayes and everything are kind of running towards the stairs, it collapses into it and engulfs the thing. This was a very, very dark hangar bay that you were kind of like feeling around for. It is suddenly daylight. And it goes from, kind of chilly to, oh my God, it's fucking hot. I'm going to lose my eyebrows. And no time flat.
I was typing, so I missed the beginning. Did the embers hit the fuel?
Yes.
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 Uh,
Yes, they did.
And, you kind of feel this just gigantic boof of heat. But you're able to like sprint up those stairs and kind of get through the door. You see this like huge fireball headed towards you as everyone kind of gets through that door.
Justin's typing.
I'm listening though.
So the fireball is headed towards you, but y'all have made it through the door. If you want to close the door, this would be your time to do it.
It's not looking at Mr. Mintz.
I'm seeing
Maybe-
Mr. Mittens.
Yeah, I am too.
How
Maybe
big
do
she's getting. She's huge.
Very cute.
It's huge.
maybe Tick could close that door and do something useful during this fight.
I mean, he looted 10 homes.
Yeah, he
I, sir, have done
He-
so much that you don't even realize.
He got a blanket.
Yeah, yeah. Swayze's getting huge too. How big these kitties are getting.
You got me, buddy. Baby Yoda.
Swayze didn't like that though.
Oh, just gonna do this all day long.
I would show
We
off.
could do this
I
all
would
day
sh-
long. Get down.
Get them. Oh, she's going for my cable.
I would show off my my pet, which is my
But we-
disposable income that I don't have to spend on pets.
But we know you
there
don't
you
have
go.
a heart, so you don't have a pet. All right,
Uh,
are you closing the door?
I mean, not everyone's through here.
I think he
yet.
said we all made it, didn't you?
yeah,
Yeah.
y'all made it through the door.
Oh shit! Everyone did make it through. I mean,
Yeah.
everyone that we care about.
Yeah, everyone.
Except
I
for
mean-
the
Kennedy.
Thorn. Kennedy
Everyone
and the
except for
Thorn.
Kennedy and the Thorn definitely have not made it through the door.
Then
Uh,
yes, I'm definitely gonna just like push off the foot because I had it against there and just like slam that thing shut.
Okay, so you lose.
And I'm
The-
definitely gonna use a void point if you're gonna make me roll for anything. But hopefully, I don't need to for
fine.
this.
No, it's fine. You're good. You've prepared an action. You like lose the hair on your fingers, you know.
That's fine.
As
I
you,
don't
like,
already
close it,
like
and
have
the-
like hardly any hair anyway to begin with, so it's fine.
Yeah. The fire just licks your hands as you close this door. You can kind of see it. You step away from it, and it almost gets like a red hot. If there's so much fire on the other end. It does burn really hot and very fast, but there's only so much oxygen in there. So after 5-10 minutes, it seems to kind of extinguish itself.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and go and loot Thorn now. No,
I don't know that there's
Uh,
anything left in there to
I'm
loot.
totally kidding.
She is a liquid now.
Yeah,
right. You ever like forgotten something on the grill and it just turns into like black paper?
Right, yeah.
A briquette. Yeah.
Yeah. That is whatever remained of Thorn. So good news, bad news.
Good news.
Good news,
I have the plasma rifle.
you have a plasma rifle. So you
Good news,
did
I get
loot
my
Thorn.
pistol back.
You did loot Thorn. Bad news is the pistol that she had is scorched beyond retrieval.
Yeah, that's fair.
But
And
you
you've
did,
soft locked the game because the Thorn was the way to progress. No. How funny
do
would
it.
that be?
the fire opens one of the hatches and you're all yeeted into space.
Yeah, right.
No, you have successfully defeated the Thorn, and you have successfully recovered Hina.
I
So.
can't believe we did that. All right. I'm just gonna collapse on the ground and start screaming.
Uh,
That's what I'm gonna do at this point. Like,
Hey, before we do
In the
anything,
shower, you're like, oh.
yeah.
are you guys all down to add 1 XP for defeating the Thorn? We're not even
I
gonna
th-
vote on it. We'll just do it
we should
quick.
Makes sense
That's
to me.
fine.
I'm
Sure.
down. Okay, boom. Easy.
And once you get off of the ring, that's completing a contract with Hina, so that will be another XP.
There you go.
But yeah. Anything y'all want to do, or do you head towards your shuttle?
I think we just head towards the ship
Well, I'm gonna reload the pistol
and give it back to
and give
me.
it back to Mufasa.
What was it called again?
I just have 9
Like a
mil.
9 mil
mil.
pistol, yeah.
Yeah, it's not anything fancy. It's just like a
A
In the
revolver
rolls,
is
I
what
just
it's
put
doing.
what I have in.
revolver. Yeah.
And its condition is 3. What's the condition of the plasma rifle?
It also is 3.
Did you give me my ammo box back too?
I will remove that. So I put in rolls what I'll delete that later, but what I took off mine and you can put on yours. Um, do you know what the damage is for the plasma rifle?
2d6.
Damn.
Wow.
And how does ammo work with that?
So you have to get like energy coils or something. There's a thing in the book about it. We can.
Okay, so I have
You
some
want?
bullets.
Yeah, yeah. We'll decide how much you have here post game, but you will not be getting into combat again tonight. So doesn't super matter for right this moment, but
Nope.
Joke's on him. He turns the pistol or the rifle on all of us, and
Actually, we should probably head back to the bar instead of the ship.
Yeah, I want to go to Suro and get Jinx back.
And 8 if he hasn't exploded, because we don't know what happened there.
But
maybe there isn't a Suro anymore.
Yeah, right?
questioning Hina while we walk. Is there anything you need to do before we get the fuck off this ship?
that was pretty much it. The only thing I had that I maybe would have kept was all those flash drives, and I have a feeling those are a hunk of plastic at this point. So
I got some of them. It's fine.
she had already
Uh,
prepared to leave, right, with y'all initially.
yeah.
So
Yep. Also, you're gonna pay for us to get off this place, yeah?
After all this, you're like, hey, you're
Yeah.
gonna pay for all this.
Yeah.
We just rescued
uh,
her.
You're
I
literally
mean,
alive because of us.
you're not wrong, but
she says, "How much do you owe?"
500.
Yeah, that's fine. That's
Good.
easy. And she filled up your ship. So
Good. All
All
right.
right, so our debt is going to be gone. That'll be
Our
nice.
debt will be gone, and we get to keep the credits we already had. So,
Hollows.
Hollows, thank you. I want Star Wars for a second.
Yeah, it was like
So
credits.
let's head back to the Suro quick, and just so we can get Jinx and see if 8 is still alive.
So you head back to the Suro and you kind of remember how disheveled it was because it also had received some explosions and gunshots and things. But yeah, you are back at the Suro.
And it's not exploded.
No, it is not on fire or anything.
Wow.
Okay.
Have people
I was
started
waiting for him,
to
like, you remember how disheveled it was. Now it's way worse.
Yeah, now it is a hole. No,
Right.
have people started to move about, or is it still like dead?
Lockdown.
still pretty dead. As far as people know, the Thorn is still here, and the only thing that they've heard since then is lots of gunshots and explosions. So they are keeping their head down.
Except for our boy Rage is just running around still somewhere.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Who knows where he is? All right. All right. So I'm gonna approach the bar and yell out 8.
You hear nothing, kind of at first, but kind of behind the bar, you see him like peek up, like, are we are we good? Do
Good news, buddy. We're good. We're good. Thorn's dead.
He looks relieved. He's still got quite the wallop on his head, and he doesn't look particularly healthy, but he looks relieved.
I'm gonna
He's like,
call back for Jinx as well.
Jinx kind of swoops down from the ceiling.
Yay, Jinx is alive.
Jinx was up in the the banisters and things. Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna say 8. Let's head back to the ship. We'll figure out how to get that bomb vest off.
Not on the ship.
I was gonna say, like on
Towards
the
the
ship.
ship,
What
I
do you
guess.
mean? We'll just do that shit here.
Yeah.
So you you kind of collect 8 and you're heading towards the ship. It seems as if the detonator or whatever was going to arm this vest may have been destroyed in the fire because it's no
Okay.
longer doing
Blinking.
anything.
All right.
I mean, you don't know that you can cut it off, but it's not actively like counting down or blinking or doing
So
anything.
are we still like at the bar or like right outside the bar?
You're like in the common area that had all the scaffolding and things.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of like turn him around to inspect the back of it to see if there's any clasps or anything to cut.
So you see there's a couple of like almost like latches which are currently padlocked.
Okay.
Um, it's not super scientific. They just padlocked this thing to him.
For the record, the last person I thought would be trying to get 8
Um.
saved.
So
Right?
I'm gonna say, hold up a sec. I got some padlocks here. Don't move. And then I'm going to pull out my 9mm pistol, and I'm going to put it to the back of his head, and I'm gonna pull the trigger at point blank range.
Okay, go ahead and roll for me.
For
Go.
what? To see if I hit?
Yeah,
All
Yeah,
right.
you'd
it's
still miss.
still it. I mean, you have to roll pretty poorly for to miss, but
Are we all here to like witness this? What's about
I
to
didn't. I
happen?
didn't ask for permission. I just did it. That's a 12.
I know that. I'm just asking. Are we
oh
all
yeah,
here?
everyone is here. Everyone is
Okay.
seeing this happen.
I rolled a 12.
That is a success. So you fire the the you did reload. I remember that.
Yep.
So you fire uh one bullet directly into the back of Eight's head. Go ahead and roll for damage.
I mean,
I
you could, yeah,
immediate I
He's gonna
immediately
survive.
yell out Mufasa, what the fuck?
Hang on. I gotta roll for damage. Oh shit. Hang on. Uh, 1, 3.
Um, okay, so yeah, you kill 8. He is not an he's not
wow.
a he is not a tough hardened gangster or anything. Uh, but you no longer have to worry about his vest, I guess.
Yep.
I guess that's one
I'm
positive.
I'm just gonna look up at the group and I'm just gonna say he betrayed us, and then I'm gonna walk away.
We don't know that, Mufasa.
Now we don't ever have to wonder, and I'm just gonna keep walking.
Well, what the fuck? You can't just shoot people.
It appears I just did.
Are you just gonna shoot us?
No, we're buds. You didn't betray us.
I was like, Dick doesn't hear any of this going on. He's kind of like, holy shit.
Still shocked.
And
Did
just like
Hina see this?
looking at 8.
Yeah, he saw it as well.
I want to look and see what Hina's facial reaction is to this act.
She's obviously pretty shocked. She didn't know 8 super well, but she did know him. And is very confused in general. She has no idea like how he could have betrayed you or what he did because she was not involved in any of those conversations.
But she
But
did just see us take out the Thorn. So,
yes, so she does trust you to some degree. But
or
she
fear
is
us.
she Porque no los dos. Why not both? It yeah, but so she doesn't stop you or anything by any means, but she is surprised.
Let's just go to the ship and get out of here.
Yep.
I'm
Tick.
gonna walk towards the body and like get on my knees
And
And
then
loot
loot
it.
it?
body. No, I mean I'm gonna stand there. You guys can walk away. Like I'm gonna stand there for a bit. Like have a moment.
Yep. You spend some time, mourning the loss of one of your brethren. we'll say.
and rifling through his pocket simultaneously.
No.
You find a bomb vest.
Yeah.
No, you would have to break the padlocks off. I see the glimmer. I see the glimmer.
But seriously, can I take the bomb vest?
If you can break the padlocks, you
Okay.
could just carry 8 with you.
No, I don't
You
want
could
to
just
take him.
drag.
I want the bomb vest, though.
You're not bringing a bomb vest on the goddamn Chevy
I'm
Nova.
You guys
taking
are walking
the-
back to the ship.
Yeah,
You
you
don't get
guys
a
are
say so
nowhere
in this.
near me.
How do you break the locks?
Give me a second. How do I break the locks?
That's unfortunate because I have a torch and a wrench.
I have a skeleton key. Will that do anything?
No.
Padlocks? No,
No,
nothing.
they do not fit the padlocks.
Hmm.
The skeleton key says Schlag, and these are master locks. So
God damn it.
2 different brands.
Can I use some sort of like oscillator knife or like rat or something to try and one of us try and jimmy this shit open?
To
One
give
of
you a
us is just
little
you.
to give you a little glimpse into my mind, you can use the oscillator knife to remove his arms.
I mean, I'm okay with that at this point. He's dead. That's fine. I
Yeah.
want to take that vest.
Okay. So yeah, you
Jesus.
carefully
And I
remove.
was the fucked up one?
You carefully
You shut up.
remove Eight's arms as respectfully as you can. And you're able to kind of like heave the bomb vest off of
Perfect.
his armless body.
Perfect.
Well, the notes just got
you know-
interesting. I have tick attempts to get the padlocks off of the bomb vest on 8. Then I added ... by cutting off his arms.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, Tick's not gonna forget this day, Mufasa,
That's
and
fair.
he's gonna keep this armed vest for a while.
Wait, we're gonna let him bring that on the ship?
Unarmed
How
vest.
are you gonna know that I have this?
It's a fucking vest. You gonna stick it in your pocket?
He's got a bag. Y'all got a
I gotta
bag.
go. Y'all got a bag of holding. Let's go.
I only have 11 slots. I don't have a bag
Yeah,
of
right.
holding.
Yeah, definitely not a bag of holding. You have like
I'm more kidding on that part, but
Yeah.
you have what looks to be like a checkered handkerchief on a stick that can hold 11 slots worth of stuff.
We just saw one
But
of those the other day downtown. Some dude actually had a fucking rucksack.
really
The
weird.
fuck? Alright.
Okay, so y'all make it back.
I whisper in Eight's ear. I'll get him.
He does not respond. Uh,
Well, Tick is really losing his mind. He's talking to armless dead people.
Yep.
um,
How else
Okay.
do you respond to something fucked up like that, dude? Like, what the fuck, Mufasa?
He betrayed us.
okay. Y'all head back to the ship. And,
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, I
Okay.
guess.
So there's not really anyone to get clearance from. You could just leave at this point.
The whole
Like we don't have to
But-
pay anymore?
No, he has taken care of that, like with her datacom.
Okay.
So there is nothing keeping you here currently. You are allowed to do whatever you so desire.
Okay,
Well,
so
before we do this, I guess we won't be able to see the vest. I was gonna say, are we really gonna let him on?
well, I guess we don't know it's
You
there.
don't
If
know.
we don't know.
No.
All right. All right.
So
So it's
I think
just
we-
the 4 of us?
did we ever decide who's piloting?
I think you were.
Well, I
You
didn't know if we
were.
had
Wasn't
talked
the
about it.
most
I had the highest savvy.
savvy? Yeah.
Savvy is,
Yeah.
is space flying.
Yeah, mine's -1.
Alright,
Meant 0.
I'm gonna hop in the pilot's chair and I'm gonna fire her up.
Okay.
And
I'm
we're
gonna step behind him and pull out my pistol right behind his head and shoot. No, just I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Go ahead.
You add brain matter to the decor.
right. And I guess we're
He's
gonna.
just like, oh god.
Wait, wait,
I
wait,
guess
guys! Before we leave, we could just stay here and run both sides of the business now, and
no.
just live our entire
Gonna
lives.
be side drug dealers.
We've left enough bodies in our wake. I think
Yeah,
it's
let's
probably
get the
time to
fuck out
leave.
of here.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
it's probably time to go.
Okay. So you kind of message the flight control, and they open the shitty like air doors. The ship doesn't fly super great. It's
That makes
but
sense. That tracks.
yeah, it's a combination of being one incredibly shitty and it hasn't flown in quite a while, most likely, but it does fly and it doesn't explosively compress when it or decompress when it reaches space. Um, and you are now no longer on the ring. You are in space. Where do
That's
you want to
dope.
head?
Wherever Hina wanted to go.
Yeah, Hina, where do you need to go?
So, Hina wants to go. Hold on one second.
Let's see the Titanic.
Yeah. So
I was trying not
the
to make a joke.
Right, there's joke in there
They're all
already.
there.
so the Iron Ring kind of floats
Xbox
around
controller. Let's go.
Inaro. The closest habitable planet is oh god, this is hard to pronounce. Aleppo. Yeah, I'm gonna type it. I have no
Okay.
idea. Lepidoptera.
Lepidoptera. Lepidoptera. Oh, that's in the habitable zone, and that's where she wants to go.
Yeah. So, what close to the host star of Tenebris, yet safe within the habitable zone, this planet is covered in a dense jungle that hides strange
Hmm.
wildlife and lives on the surface and feeds on the type of tall black grass. All over the planet are ancient overgrown ruins and dead civilizations. Massive stellar storms from Tenebris regularly hit the planet, making it difficult to use electronic equipment more than sporadically. A single moon uh, Chrysalis orbits the planet.
Uh,
That's where she wants
so
to head.
what's our other options? Like, could we drop her off and leave if we don't want to be there?
I mean, you could drop her off there on that planet,
Yeah.
or the closest thing to you is Inaro, which is the moon that the ring
Okay.
is around.
Well, I say we at least head to the planet so we can drop Hina off. We can decide what to do from there.
I mean, yes, that and before we go there, we should probably discuss terms.
The terms was a gas for taking me.
Yeah, the gas was so that we could, accept you on the ship, and then the credits were for saving you. But what about the journey to actually get you there now?
Hayes, I feel like that was part of the original agreement.
Absolutely was.
Fine.
She's
Don't blame me for
she is
trying.
steadfast in that she has paid more than enough. In fact, 500 hollows exactly more than enough.
For her life, $500 for her life is what she paid.
Yep.
Um,
How's
so
are scarce, man. We've been trying to get 500 and it's taken a while.
That's
as
why I
we're
was trying to
kind of
get extra.
Yeah.
so just to end this session, as we're flying away, I'm just gonna turn my chair around, and I'm gonna say, "Look, I actually do kind of feel bad. That was kind of fucked up. Rest in peace, Kennedy." And I'm gonna turn the chair back around, and I'm just gonna keep flying.
No, I did have one last thing, although that would be good to end on. So as you are kind of flying, the ring becomes a distant thing in the past. and you kind of have flown away from it to some distance. You've kind of set your mind on
Just say Lepo.
Lepidoptera.
It's
Yeah.
Lepo.
Lepo, you're heading there. The ring is in the past. At that point, you receive data comms. You seem to have a video message being hailed to you.
Uh-oh. Answer.
Okay, so you see what looks to be like a shaky hand cam. The video quality is pretty poor. Kind of like very similar to kind of like the camera that your AIs use. And you see what looks to be a uniformed gentleman, and he's wearing a patch on
Oh no.
that uniform.
Oh no.
Um, the patch is UWA, and he says, "Oh, thank you for answering. Didn't expect you to. We've got a friend here that wanted me to hail you." He kind of turns the camera away from himself, and you see Roy, um, kind of there, beat and bound. He's kind of laying on the floor. He says, "Roy's been telling us some great information about y'all, and what you did to our leader." Um, he says, "Just wanted to let you know. Hope you have a great day." You hear like 2 gunshots, and then he just waves, and the video cuts off. Uh, and that's
How
what
does
we're on for today.
Holy
how does
shit!
how does
What the
Roy know
fuck?
we killed the Thorn? Roy doesn't know we killed the Thorn.
I mean, it has been multiple hours of flying in space when you receive it.
Okay. Well, this is
Holy
gonna go
shit!
well. This is gonna go well.
So,
Alright.
uh, so really quick, what page is the XP stuff on? Advanced.
Advancement. I plugged some in there already.
So one also piece of XP that you gain is you have gained a new enemy of the UWA.
Oh hey, there we
Um,
go. And did we
so
get fulfilling the contract or not yet? 'Cause we haven't dropped her off.
once you drop her off, that will be
Yeah.
the
Okay.
the contract is fully complete. Um,
Do we want to do this while recording or do we want to do this off?
that's fine. That's fine. But more of the story is you've gained a new enemy. So keep that in mind as we move forward.
The
What was
UAE he works for?
UWA, Uniform Whiskey Alpha.
Keeping track of our enemies. We just got
Yeah.
unknown UWA soldier.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, well, that is our session for the night. Any questions or anything before we move on?
I think we're good.
Okie dokie. Well, thank you everyone who joined us. And if you're watching this on YouTube or Twitch VOD later, follow us on all of the socials that maybe one of us is updating. I don't know. But uh, Justin doing, I guess. But we will see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Is the outro music gonna work?
Not a clue.
Oh, that's not working.
If
Bye.